Bonjour. Yes, I'm French. So I do apologize not being French, but for my English, I hope you will understand all the message I will try to give to you. So I'm working for Total since 25 years now, so I'm quite old. And mostly my background is production, commissioning, startup. And I am a training manager for the field operation personnel since 2 years now. So I'm based in Pau, south of France. So our training strategy, our goal is to provide training for all our personnel. We are a whole company. We have around 15 affiliates, so cover all over the world. That's true that you have some facilities to have more training when you are at the headquarters than if you are at Nigeria, but we do not want that. So we aim to develop some kind of training that can reach everybody. Our personnel is around, for field operation, is around 5,000 persons. Most of the time they're doing rotation, so 4 weeks on, 4 weeks off, so more difficult to reach them for training as well. So to answer to these constraints, we are developing more and more distance learning. It's easy to use, multilingual, so you can set it in several languages. At the minimum, we've got French and English distance learning. And of course, it's accessible anytime and everywhere. Some media, some support for that. So we have the classic e-learning that everybody knows. Since 2 years now on the headquarters, even in Pau, we got what we call Learning Studio. It's a kind of video conference, high definition, when you can record the training done by an expert, by a specialist. And then by getting this record, you can split it in modules and have, after customization, some e-learning module, easy to do, and with your specialist and all the message of your specialist. Third one is intranet online courses. Well, it is PowerPoint courses. It's more for self-training, but it covers all the specification of our métier of field operation. Last but not least is training simulators. There is two kinds of training simulator, OTS, operator training simulators, to train mostly the control room operators, and it simulates the display control system. And the last one, in red, and the purpose of my presentation is ITS, Immersive Training Simulators. So I'm here to give you some return of experience of the two immersive training simulators we developed within Total Upstream since 2 years now. So the first one was developed with PassFloor project. I know very well this project. I've been involved during 6 years as a startup manager. And the goal of the immersive training simulator for PassFloor was to train operators to be familiar with the installation prior the first oil. So this ITS was used mainly for the project phase. The ITS provider was Siemens, and the technology used was Comos Work Inside. So this is an overview of PassFloor projects to give you to allow you to well know the constraint we can have to train people. So it's a huge FPSO, 325 meters long, one of the biggest at that time. So we got quite a lot of module on the top side, 15, and very compact modules, so it's not so easy to find equipment on the FPSO. So the design was for oil production of 220,000 barrels per day. So it has been started in August 2011. And we developed the ITS. The ITS was ready to use 1 year before to train the operators. So the challenge, why we develop an immersive training simulator. This FPSO has been built in Korea, in South Korea. So not all the operators was available or involved during the commissioning, the onshore commissioning, or during the end of the construction of the FPSO. We got a very short time between the anchoring of the FPSO in Angola and the first oil, only 4 months. That means 2 rotations for an operator, so it's quite complicated to be familiar with the installation in 2 months rotation. We got also some POB constraints, even when we arrive in Angola during the hookup phase, because during the hookup you need to have your construction team finishing all the construction aspect. You have the offshore commissioning, so not all the operation personnel was not allowed to come at the earliest phase of the hookup phase. And even more, the operator who were involved in Korea, it's not so easy to be familiar with the installation. We are in a commissioning phase. There is scaffolding everywhere. There is some tarpaulin to protect equipment, to do preservation. There is some restricted area when you are doing hydro testing or leak testing. So it's not so easy to find all the equipment, even during this period. There is also a phase, what we call towing, to tow the FPSO from South Korea to Angola. It takes 3 months. So not all the personnel field operation personnel was involved during this towing. So it was a very good period to have all the field operation personnel available in Luanda to do some immersive training by the using of the ITS. So this is the training center in Morro Bento. It's close to Luanda, where you can see our operators, which has been trained with the ITS. So the first feedback of this immersive training simulator from the operators themselves. The feeling after the use of the ITS was very interesting, was very useful. Only 8% find that as a gadget. They use it quite rapidly. Most of them are young operators, so they are trained to play with video game. So the translation is very easy. Especially, well, here we are in serious game, but they'll be able to use this simulator quite easily. We find also some verbatim and some comments, so they were very impressed and they have the feeling that the tools was very helpful. My own recs on that, it was funny because I was on the FPSO when the first operator arrived on board, and it was very interesting to see them how rapidly they get the information, and they were not completely lost when they arrived due to the fact that they play some weeks on the immersive training simulator. Second Rex on this type of simulator is on CLOVE project. Alors same site in Angola, another FPSO. And then for this project we try to go further. That means not only for familiarization of equipment, we try to build some scenario and to develop some operation procedure and some HSE procedure as well. ITS provider, same provider, Siemens. So an overview of the CLOVE project, and quite the same. So the same constraint as a PassFloor project. So the CLOVE specific training. So they have done the training in Morro Bento Center. They do the specific training. That means all the training on the process data and so on PID and so on. And they mix this training by using the immersive training simulator. Like that, all the things they can learn on PID and so on, they go on the ITS and see where the equipment are and so on to get the thing more in mind. In addition to the first ITS development, we involve for CLOVE also the maintenance personnel. For PassFloor, it was only the production personnel. And for CLOV, we involve as well on the ITS training the maintenance personnel. Like that, they were also familiar on the installation to do their maintenance as soon as possible. So the duration, it was 5 weeks on the ITS for operation personnel and 2 to 3 weeks for the maintenance personnel. So this ITS was developed in two phases. The first phase, was for localization of equipment like pass floor. We introduced as well the connection with our documentation management system, which is Prodom for Total. You can see the picture below. In blue, that means that in fact the avatar click, so the operator click on the equipment. And on the right side, you got all the directory with all the procedure available, all the data sheet available for this equipment linked to the tag of the equipment. And on top of that, you got the key map view, in fact, to see where the avatar is located inside the FPSO, to have a better view where are the equipment. On the top, another picture where you see on the left side a procedure, a scenario on a production procedure. And so everything is in red, but when the avatar accomplishes the task set in this procedure, it's become green and so on. Second phase, and the training is done actually in Angola. This project is not yet started. It will be the first oil is planned for this year, and the training sessions are done right now. So we introduced some HSE scenario to develop some mustering, some good reaction for the operator, for example. So we got some dynamic object like fire. We can create a fire. We can create smoke. We can create some gas, liquid leaks. We can introduce some game object. We can have a man down, and so on, and some immersive effect as well. So the positive aspect of this development, the strength point, is the communication between the trainee. In fact, you can work, the ITS can work in a network, so you can have several operators, so several avatars, and then they can communicate as in a real life. For example, if they have a walkie-talkie with them, they can communicate, and this enhances the scenario philosophy. Now I've got some, I offer a free ticket to Angola and a free visit of CLOV. So the first video, you can go on. So this is not what we say a commercial video, it's just a snapshot video taken directly from the ITS. So here you have an overview, we are in a flying mode, an overview of the FPSO with all the equipment. Here we have the living quarters, the heli deck, the hull and the top side. So I don't know if you have got a red, maybe this? Yes. So this is the top side, the hull. Here we got the flare. I make a round, like if we have a if you are on board of the chopper. So this gives you the size of this FPSO, and also the compact topside modules, where sometimes it's difficult to find equipment. So now we're going to leave the flying mode, and we're going to walk a little bit inside the installation, and we're going to go on the top side area. See, you have the avatar, so the operator can go everywhere through the avatar, as in a real life. He can climb stairs and so on. So here we are in the central way of the FPSO. On the left and right there is all the modules. So here the length is approximately 250 meters till the bow. So now it's going to the right. You see more details on equipment. You will see some pumps. If you want to go, yes. Here you got some methanol pumps. So everything is modelized with this tool. Here we are in the living quarters, in the dining room. So it is not lunchtime, there is nothing to it. But you can go inside the office, you can go inside the control room, inside the bedroom as well. Here, something as well very interesting. We are in the hull, we are inside the cargo tank. So something you don't have the opportunity to see often. So the operator can see all the internals and the volume of one cargo tank. See, this is for illustrate the links with our documentation management system called ProDOM. So when you click here, you got all the procedure available and also the data sheet with the main data below. So you can click on the procedure you want to see associated with the tag of the equipment, and then you have the procedure display on your ITS screen. Again, some picture of the training center in Angola, where the operator were very happy to do this training. And the last sequence is quite interesting. It will illustrate. You stop it? No. Go ahead. Oh, it's okay. It's moving slowly. To launch an immersive training simulator, we need to recover the 3D models of the EPC contractor. I don't know what's happening here. Yeah. And this is what look like the FPSO when we recover directly the models from the 3D contractor. You see some flying objects, some strange thing, useful for the EPC contractor to design things. But here the FPSO looks like more, I don't know, equipment from Star Wars than an FPSO. So quite a big job to do after when you recover the 3D model to clean everything and to have the view of the FPSO you had it before. Okay, second video. Okay, this will be quick, just to illustrate what you can do as a HSE scenario. Here we start with an operational procedure. This is a lineup, so you will line up an equipment, open upstream and downstream valve. You see on the left side the procedure going on. And then, okay, he's lined up and he sees some drop of liquid, and suddenly there is some gas leak. Maybe there is some H2S in the gas, we don't know. So the operator, okay, want to isolate what he put online. But you see his colleague is laying down, okay, maybe he have smelled some H2S. So we have to call the rescue team and so on. The rescue team will arrive and so on. And will evacuate the personnel and so on. So we have plenty of possibility to create HSE scenario. Of course, the input of operation personnel to describe the scenario we want is very important. And all the scenario, of course, have to be, especially for HSE, has to be validated by the HSE personnel. Okay, we can stop there. It was a free ticket, so not so long, the visit. Okay. So it's nice for me. So now I will conclude my presentation with the way forward. At the time, we got 2 ITS for Total upstream. We're going to have two projects we're going to launch, I think, call for tender for 2 other one. One will be in Nigeria, another FPSO. And another one will be a more classic platform in Norway, Martin Linge project. And the way forward, of course, is to develop a scenario more and more linked to reality. If we want to use this immersive training simulator after the first oil. Passfloor was a good experience, but at the time being, as we do not develop any training scenario, at the time being, the immersive training simulator of Pass4 is not used anymore by the affiliate. It's only used by headquarters to train some new recruited operators, but it's not so used by the affiliate. So to keep alive this very strong tool, we need to develop scenarios, some operation scenario, HSE scenario, and like that, the affiliate and the site can train continuously this personnel on some specific topics. As well, we can use this tool, of course, for training, but also to validate some procedure. For example, we can validate some maintenance procedure, such as lifting procedure. And we can simulate the size of an equipment and see how it fits. How can we lift this equipment around all these modules? And the last things, I think for us is the future, and we want to develop that for the other ITS we're going to have on Total, is a total virtual site. That means we want to couple the OTS and the ITS to increase the scenario possibilities. For example, if we want to play a black start procedure, that means after a total blackout, you need to restart your installation, and it's very critical, especially for deep water development, where you got what we call a non-touch time of 4 hours. Then after these 4 hours, if you do not restart your recirculation, you can lose your loop. You can lose also big production. So, and this, for train the personnel, we are lucky that total blackout is not so often, but when it's arriving, we want the operator very trained and be rapidly at the positions they have to do and the actions they have to take in order to minimize the startup time. And that's concludes my presentation. Thank you very much.